Hey you, it's the Forex trader. Are you fed up of your MetaTrader looking like this? Well, do you even know what gives you your edge over the market? Do you even know what having an edge over the market even means?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, if not, nay bother my friend, because that's why I'm here. As in this video, I'm going to cover exactly what an edge is, why it's so important and you need to understand it, and most importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to start building your own edge. And I've even got a free Google sheet that I've made specifically for this to help y'all out, and you can just click the link in the description at the end of the video. But hey, you wait until the end of the video, no clicking on it early, because at the end of the video I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. But now it's time to kick out those unnecessary losses and get into the video. So welcome back. It's been a while. Unfortunately my laptop broke and I had to send it off to Apple. Took ages, but I'm here now. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos now. Going to try to get out 1 or 2 videos out a week. But whatever, I'm here. Let's get into this video. So as I said, this video, we're going to be talking about how to build an edge. So let's start off with exactly what an edge actually is. Simply put, an edge is just a technique, approach, management style, something like that, that gives you an advantage over the market. So an example of this is the casinos. So why do you think that all the owners of these casinos are rolling around in cashola while the majority of people going to play are scrummaging around for change to play the slots? Now, it's nothing to do with luck. It's because all the casinos have a house edge, and they have an edge on every single one of those games, so that the odds are always stacked in your favor. And you want to be doing the same for your trading. Likewise, when someone goes into a casino and they win £1 million, £2 million, or like a few people go in and win, do you think the casinos really care? No.
I don't give a fuck!
They do not, because they know in the long term there's going to be more people losing than there is winning. And you need to incorporate this into your trading but obviously the other way around, you shouldn't care about losing 1 or 2 trades if you know in the long term you're going to win more or you're going to make more money from it. Because you have to understand that trading isn't about avoiding losses.
Must go faster.
Losses are just a business expense of trading, and you're always going to lose trades. So that's why you need to understand your edge and understand how trading works. And if you do understand your edge, you're not going to be affected by these losses emotionally. Whereas if you don't understand your edge, or you don't even know you have one, that's why you're affected, because you have no idea that you're actually going to make money. This is why it's so important to understand it and know exactly how it works and to have one. And that's why I'm here, because we're going to start to build that today. So how do we gain an advantage over the market? So there's 2 ways that we're going to cover in this video: technical analysis and your risk management. I'm going to start with risk management, as I think one of the big reasons why most traders do not make money is because they risk too much on one trade. So now we're going to go over why managing your risk will not only reduce the chance of you blowing another account, but it's also going to give you a massive edge over the market, and it's going to be a powerful tool that you're going to add to your trading plan. So on the screen now, as you can see, you've got 2 pages in front of you. One page is a simple game of coin toss, and the other page is just a Google sheet I've made to visualize what I'm showing you. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, we've got heads or tails, obviously, for a game of coin toss. But if we get heads, we're essentially going to say we're winning a trade, and if we get tails, we're just going to say it's a loss. Now, what we're going to do for this is we're going to say if we get heads, we win 1%, and if we get tails, we lose 1%. So that's the first thing you're going to want to start doing, is only risking 1%. Stop risking all your account on one trade, or even a quarter of your account, 50% of your account on one trade, because you're going to blow it pretty damn fast.
And it's gone.
Trust me. just start risking 1%, because as I'm going to show you, you can still get good results from this. So that's the first thing. And obviously the number of tosses that you can see on the screen there, that's going to be the amount of trades that we're taking. I've just put it up to the max one here so we can see it over a larger sample size. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a toss and see what the results are. It's going to take a while, so I'm just going to fast forward it. Right, here we are. So as you can see, we've got 98 heads and 102 tails. So essentially we've got 98 wins and 102 losses. So as you can see, we've lost 4%. And the strike rate on this was 50%. So I just put a 50% chance of getting heads or tails, which is obviously what the actual probabilities of coin toss is. Now, the strike rate for that is essentially the odds of you winning on your trading plan. So that's a pretty damn good strike rate we got there. So I'm going to drop it to 30%. So, which is still good. A lot of people may be thinking, oh my God, 30%, that's not great. But it is, a 30% strike rate is still good. And I'll show you why it's still good when we start adding a few other things. So let's see what we get. So here we are. Now we've got 64 wins and 136 losses, so a lot more losses, and now we're at minus 72%. So now we're going to go to a 20% strike rate, which ain't great. This is more like you don't really know what you're doing, you just started trading, you open up the first page, what is Forex, and you just see line, and you just plot a little line on there, and you just hope for the best. Plot a line, if price hits that, tell you what, I'm going to give it a little sell, and that's the sort of strike rate we're getting from that. So let's see what happens when we only have a 20% strike rate. Right, so here we are. We've got 43 wins and we've got 157 losses. So as you can see now, every time we have lost money. We haven't made any money. So now we've got to ask ourselves, what can we do to gain an advantage over this game? Or what can we do to gain an advantage over the market? I'm going to tell you something really, really simple. So now all we're going to do is every time we win now, we're just going to say that instead of risking 1% and only gaining 1%, we're going to risk 3% instead. So I've already got the column hidden, but if we unhide this, here you go. You can see the difference, that this is just the difference between risking 1%. Whoa. So I realised that this guy, he didn't explain that very well. He's a bit of an idiot. So what I actually mean is that now every time we win, we're not now going to be gaining 1%. Instead, we're going to make sure that when we win, when we get ahead, we're going to be gaining 3% instead of that 1. So now when I unhide this column, I've already got the profit set, that what it would be if it was 3%. So that's all I meant. Did a very bad job explaining it there, but yeah, just ignore him for that one and just listen to me. So yeah, cool. Back to it. Now here we go. I've unhid it and you can see the difference. Instead of it being minus 4% profit, we've now got 192% profit just from that tiny thing. We're now just making sure we're winning 3%. And what was before minus 72%, we've now got plus 56. And if you're new to trading and you've got this not great strike rate, instead of it being minus 114%, it's now just gone to minus 28%. So yeah, you're in a loss, but if you just start learning, you can't just expect to be winning, and at least you're reducing the amount you're going to be losing just from adding this tiny thing. I cannot stress this enough to start implementing this. And you don't even have to just do 1 to 3. You can just start making sure you're winning a minimum of 4%. You can start making sure you win in a minimum of 5%. Just go do some back testing and see what works for you. But you need to start implementing rules like this to start becoming consistent. You got to think, if you're taking 10 trades, you can lose 5, win 5, but you're still going to make 10% profit if you're doing that 1 to 3 risk to reward. So this is this little tiny thing, tiny difference that you can make to your trading, and it's just going to make a massive difference. So now that you know this, it's time to start implementing this into your own trading. But one thing to be a little bit careful of is there's a lot of Forex gurus out there, okay? A lot. I think we all know that. And a lot of them do maybe talk about this principle, and they say how important it is. They say all this and all the thing. However, when it comes to actually applying it, they literally do not use it. And they tell you how important it is, because it looks good, but then when it comes to actually trading, as soon as they get a trading profit, they totally start locking in profit. You know, they get a profit in like 1%. Oh, lock in 0.5, lock in 0.4. So they're completely going back on what they've been telling you to do. And the reason that they will be doing this is because it just looks better for Instagram when they have more people winning, so that they can put it on their Instagram page, their Facebook page, their YouTubes. They can all the screenshots of all the people they have winning, because they've got people locking in profit straight away. Keep people happy. People think they're doing better because they're locking in a bit of profit. And rather than them taking the risk of you having to wait for it to get to 3%, because that way there's more chance of people not winning if they're not emotionally ready and the stuff like that. So that's something to be careful of, because a lot of people will do this. So the next part of building your edge is technical analysis. And when I was on that coin toss game, and I was changing the strike rate, like it was at 50%, I took it down to 30. Now your technical analysis is the way to boost this strike rate, so there's more chance of you winning when you put on a trade. Now, I don't have loads of videos on my channel at the minute for technical analysis. I have how to trade free touch patterns, and I do have quite a few weekly breakdowns. Now, I know they're long, but just go on and watch like a few pairs that I break down and just take away some bits from there. Or also just go on to Baby Pips, go on to some other YouTubers and start to build your analysis from that way. But be careful, because what a lot of people do is they build their trading plan, they get all the strategies, and they work fine, they work great, and they start making a bit of profit, or a lot of profit even. But what happens is they have a day, or they see a trade where it dropped hugely, or it dropped massively, or they lost, and they look at it and say, okay, why did I lose, or why did I miss out on this trade? And then they see a tiny little detail, like it could be, price arced round, double topped, or there was a big wick and then it did this, or it did this and then it did that. And then they think to themselves, well, now I need to add this to my plan so I don't miss out again. Now, this sounds great, but the thing is, just because it happened that one time doesn't mean it's going to happen again. And if you change a component of your plan, that means it's completely different. That means all those strike rates that you have, all the data you have is now void, because it's not the same thing, and it changes everything. And every time you do that, you change it again and again and again till you don't even know the chances of you winning, which is the whole point of trading. You need to know your edge. You can't play the game if you don't know your edge or don't know your probabilities. So that's just something to be really careful of. Otherwise, you're just going to be running in circles, because every time something different happens, I need to add this, I need to add this, I need to add this. And trust me, it's not a fun game. You're not going to have a fun time. However, I made a little spreadsheet for everyone so that they can actually track exactly what their edge is and the strike rate of your plan playing out. And I've made it for all of you. You don't have to use my analysis. I've made it so you can put in your own trading technique and it works everything out for you. So again, we're going to jump back over here and we're going to have a look. So here's the sheet that I've made for everyone. It's really going to help with your trading and everything, especially if you've only just started trading or you're a little bit along the way and you don't fully have your trading technique yet. This is going to be perfect for you, because you can really utilize this sheet, because you can just write down all your trading techniques, like ones you want to add, change them, and you can see all the data, all the statistics, everything that you're going to want to see is on this sheet for you. And this is a quick thing for anyone that is just starting out and they've just started trading, or they've just, like I said, just started to get their technique together. You've got to backtest, and you've got to backtest and use this sheet together, and it will change your results drastically, and it will make a big difference to how well your strategy performs. Now, if you don't know what backtesting is, all you want to do is go to TradingView, hit that bar replay tool at the top, go back to a point in price, press the bar replay, and then just play it out bar by bar as if you're trading real price, like live price. And then any trades you would take them and write them down in this spreadsheet, and then you'll see exactly how your strategy is playing out. So if something's not working, you can just change it, try something else, and that's what you want to do. But enough of that, let's start talking about this sheet. So obviously the link is in the description to download it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come up to File, and then just press Make a Copy, and then save it as whatever you want to save it as. So there. And the first page you're going to see is this page here, which is all your strategies. So at the top, we have all the time frames, and then below that, you're just going to put in the strategies you use for that time frame. I've just put in some random ones for now because I just make it easier. You put in your strategy, patterns, indicators, anything you want, you put that in, all right? And leave empty the ones that you're not using, because you don't need them, okay? And then what happens is you come to the next page, which is all the recording of the trade you take. And as you can see here, all the time frames are at the top here. and if you double click on the cell, then the information from the last page is just going to populate into that cell. So all the trading techniques you use will just come automatically up there for you, and you just put in the ones that you need. Same. And any that you're not using, as you can see, are just going to be blanked out like that. They've got a line through and they're just grayed out. Now, if you want to delete them, you can, but I really would advise keeping them just in case down the line you end up incorporating a 4-hour strategy or a 5-minute strategy, and then automatically it's going to unblank and you'll just be able to use it. So that's why I suggest using. So now onto the left hand side, as you can see, you can put in your starting capital, whatever capital you're starting with, or maybe you want to put in your desired capital just to see how much money you can really make with your technique. And then it's automatically going to update. Every time you get profit or loss, it's going to update, and if it's a win, it's going to be green, and if it's a loss, it's going to be red, which is cool. So first thing you're going to want to do is put your pair in that you're trading, and then again, they're all just automatically done for you down here. You just double click on it, and also to keep it tidy, I just did it so another row will pop down every time this cell has got something in it, and then the next is obviously stop loss, really simple. Buy or sell, don't need to explain that. Then you put the date you entered the trade, and then you start to put in your technique. So I'm just going to put in something random here, just going to fill them in randomly, make it easier. 15-minute, whatever. Okay, and then the next section is just your screenshot. So you're just going to want to put in the screenshot from TradingView. Just copy the link in that picture, put each screenshot in there, and just use that. And then obviously the next bit is the profit. So you just type in the profit you made, and you've also got the close date here, what date you closed the trade. And as you can see, like I said, oosh, changes color, super cool, high tech as shit. Google Sheet, right? Cool little interesting thing that I've done, as we were talking about this 3% rule that you might want to be incorporating into your trading. So if there's any of you out there that lock in less than 3%, maybe you lock in 0.5, 1, 2, I'm advising you to do this so you can see what difference it would make if you were to lock in 3% instead within your technique, okay? So if you put at any point under 3% locked in, so if we just put 2, what's going to happen is these columns are going to come up. And then if you have a profit less than 3%, check to see if price would have hit 3% or if price would have hit your stop loss and tech relevant box. So all it means, if you lock in 2%, you want to go back to that trade and have a look. See if price did actually hit 3% or whether it was a loss, and then tick accordingly. Obviously, I'm going to click win now because that's what I've been saying in this video. I'm not going to say it's a loss. Anyway, so then we come over to the summary page, and this is the page that tells you everything. You know, it's got everything on it. It's fully loaded. It's going to tell you everything about your trading for you. So at the top, we've got your trades. How many? This is the overall. So overall total trades, wins, losses, break evens, and it's going to give you profit loss, and it's going to give you your strike rate. Same with buys and sells. Down here, you've got all your pairs where you can just select each different pair according to the one you want. It's going to tell you all that. Down here, this is the 3%. So this is going to be the difference between how much money you would have made if you locked in 3% or the difference if you don't. So as you can see, this would be the normal. And then this calculates the difference between the strike rate and the profit loss if instead of locking in less than 3, you lock in 3, okay? So that's what that does. It's really cool. So if that number is higher than this one up here, you're going to want to look at changing your plan, locking in 3%, as obviously 2% isn't making you as much money as you could be. Okay, the next is just the year. It will show you your year's results month by month, broke down into quarters. And just a quick thing, if you are going to back test and you want to obviously see, say you want to be 2019, I'm not actually a pro at Google Sheets by any means, so I don't really know how to do this. If anyone can tell me, that'd be great. But it works out from the month, so obviously the calendar here. So if you want to do 2019, you've got to change each one to like 2009 rather than 2022 and just go for each one. But other than that, that's the only thing you would have to change. And then over here, obviously you've got your monthly average, your capital, total profit loss in your monetary value or in percentage, and you've just got your XE curve for the year down here. Now, the next page and the last page is your strategy summary. So this page is just, it tells you exactly how well each one of your strategies is performing, okay? So again, you've got all the strategies here, and the ones that you aren't using just blocked out like this, so you don't have to look at them. And then all you do is you double click on this one, and it's going to come up with the strategies that you've put in. And then all you have to do is look at the percentage and strike rate. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Once you put all your information and recording strategy, everything's done for you, and you can see exactly how well your strategy is performing and how well you're performing yourself. And if you want, what you can do is go back onto that little coin toss thing that I put and put your strike rate for each one of those, strategies, and then see how many trades and like how your edge is going to play out over time. But that's it. I just broke it down really quickly. I didn't want the video to be too long. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully there'll be a next one out very soon. Don't know what it'll be yet, but we'll see. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next video.